y'all, welcome to Little Light Yoga. I'm so excited to bring another teen and adult yoga class. Last week I had so much fun with the pajama class with the kids. I wanted to bring that for teens and adults. So I thought we'd have a little adult pajama party, teen pajama party, whatever it might be for you. So join me in your pajamas. Let's get into bed. You won't necessarily use a yoga mat for this. However, if you would rather and you prefer to just use a yoga mat rather than your bed, absolutely. I'm going to use my bed. I got more space on my bed than I do on my yoga mat. So I thought we would start there. This is going to be a restorative yoga practice, so it's going to be very slow. We're only going to do about 5 or 6 poses. We won't be going too intense or in depth, so don't worry about getting all sweaty or nothing like that. Everybody should be able to do a lot of these poses. However, you got to listen to your body. Sometimes with the restorative, it could actually be more damaging as we stay in these poses for longer. So make sure that you're not doing anything that's damaging to your body and that you're keeping yourself safe. As always, go to your own ability level. I'll try to give some modifications here and there. However, these poses are usually designed to be very low impact. So just make sure that if there's something that you can't do, you can always fast forward throughout the video, or just find yourself in a Savasana laying back on your back. Awesome. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into a restorative type child's pose. So coming back, I have lots of pillows to choose from. If you don't have all these pillows, that's fine. But pillows are going to be our main modifier today in this practice. So I encourage you to try to have at least 2 pillows. If you only have 1, that's fine. Maybe 2 pillows is going to be too much. But let's go ahead and set that in front of your body, taking your knees out wide. From there, we can just go ahead and lay ourselves down. Now, if you're feeling like you're stretching quite a bit, that's not really the purpose in restorative. So you can always get yourself another pillow if you have it available to you. From there, let's lay down in that child's pose. Take your head to one side or the other. From there, let's just go ahead and take some breaths. Whether you're joining me here in child's pose or laying back on your back, if child's pose isn't an option for you, let's go ahead and take an inhale in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. I want to let you know that this is my silent video. I will be giving you steps on how to get into each of the poses and move to the next pose. However, if you would like more instruction, more meditation, absolutely go to my other video, which I'll link down below, to give yourself a little bit more of a walking meditation. However, if you want it quiet throughout today's practice, absolutely, this is the video to watch. So let's go ahead and take another inhale in and exhale out. And when you're ready, go ahead and slowly move your head over to the other side of your pillow. That way we're kind of getting this balance between one side and the other. from there, go ahead and push yourself up. Let's go ahead and move the pillows off to the side just right now. We'll bring those back in a little bit. And let's do some cat and cow. So for cat and cow, we're gonna lift up our chest to the sky, bellies down as we inhale in, and exhale out as you round your spine up like a cat, pushing away. Now this might be kind of challenging the bed to get your hands in the right position, but try to keep them underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your bottom. And just rotating inhales up and exhales down. Good, I said I would give you some modifications, so if this isn't available to you, you can even take a seat and you can be lifting your chest up and down, or even just your neck if you want to. If you're joining me laying down in a laying down position, you can even take your head up and down that way, laying down. Whatever you can do just to get some movement in your spine. From here, go ahead and take it into whatever movements you want to. You can rotate side to side, big circles, jungle cat it out. Whatever feels good in your body. Purpose of this yoga practice is not to make us do anything specific, but to kind of bring us down. So make sure this is serving you. Okay, from there, let's go ahead and do a heart opening pose. I'm gonna take back out my pillows. I suggest at least 2, maybe getting 3 in there. I like a big heart opening to get us started into a restorative. So I'm gonna have 3 pillows. From there, I'm gonna take my pillows and I'm gonna take my bottom right next to the base of those pillows and then lay myself back. Now those pillows are gonna move somewhat on you. Just doing your best. You can take your knees up to the sky, or you can take them out straight ahead in front of you. Whatever you want to do, opening up those arms wide, just getting a nice lift through your chest. From there, let's take our knees up, and then we're going to rotate our knees from side to side, kind of doing windshield wipers. You can keep your chest up where it is and just laying back nice and comfortably as you go from side to side. Now, if you have any problems with your spine, just make sure that you're taking this nice and slow and nice and carefully, because we don't want to aggravate anything. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and keep your knees off to one side. From there, we're going to twist our body around in the direction that our knees are and face back behind us, kind of getting a little bit of a twist here. And just like we did with rock pose, we're going to lay over top of those pillows. Taking your head off to one side, just relax on down. If twisting is something that's too much for your body or isn't good for you right now, I always suggest just keeping that heart opening posture, laying back on your back, as it might be more comfortable. Gently lifting yourself up nice and slow. Go ahead and rotate around, coming back onto your back, knees up, and then take them over to the other side so we can twist over on the other side. Take a second here just to relax so that we're not making too much of a twist all the way over, roll at once. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift your body up. And let's go ahead and twist over nice and slow and lay on down. When you're ready, go ahead and take it nice and slow as you come back up, twisting back over, and laying back onto your back. Let's come back into that heart opening pose again, and just take your knees out wide for a second as we get some counter twist to that pose, and just let ourselves come back in and relax on down. Your feet can be touching here, and your legs can be out wide. If you're needing more support, a good way of getting that is by putting some pillows underneath your knees just to prop up yourself a little bit. When you're ready, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back up to a seated position. We're going to take those pillows off to the side just for 1 second. I'm actually going to turn off to the side a little bit so I can just show you this next pose. But we're going to go ahead and lay ourselves down onto the bed, our knees up, and we're going to come into a modified bridge pose. So for this one, we're going to lift up our bellies up to the sky as we push into the ground with our feet, and just take one pillow at a time, getting in that bridge pose. You know, one can be just fine, but if you want more, you can always take more pillows and sweep them underneath your body. Feels like tonight 2 is just fine with me. And then go ahead and just rest yourself on down. Out of that, press into your feet as you lift up your belly again, taking those pillows out from underneath your body and coming back up to a seat. Good. For this next one, I always think after that hip extension, it's nice to kind of do some forward fold, especially as we've opened up that heart quite a bit. That can give us a lot of energy, and so kind of bring down the energy. Let's do a forward fold. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to do a wide leg forward fold, so take your legs out wide. Don't make it too much of a stretch. Our purpose really isn't here to stretch, but I always like to get quite a few pillows in here as we do this. You can take maybe, for me, I like 4 pillows because I really don't want to get too much of a stretch here. I just want to rest on down, and you can rest your body on down over top of them. From there, let's come up to a full seat. Taking all the pillows away now, we really won't need the pillows too much more in our practice. I will have another option to use the pillows later on. However, for now, let's just go ahead and get into a Savasana. So for that, we're just going to take our legs out wide, our arms out wide. We can have a pillow underneath our head, and I think circumstances speaking, I might need to keep those pillows there. But just lay yourself on down. let's go ahead and take one last seat, and for this one we're going to come into one final pose, our final resting pose. Now of course you can stay in that Savasana if you want. What we're going to do is we're going to get our feet up into the air. It's always kind of nice to get that blood flowing the opposite direction. It's an inversion, but this is a very gentle and safe inversion versus like a handstand or headstand. So a little tip for you all to get into legs up the wall pose, or just to lay down in Savasana with your legs up. I always like to get as close to the wall sideways to it as much as possible. From there, I go ahead and twist my body up, keeping my bottom as close to the wall as possible as I throw my feet up onto the wall and let myself relax on down. Now, of course, if this isn't comfortable, you can always take yourself back off the wall. One thing that does help me is maybe putting a pillow down first and then taking my legs up the wall. It just gives you a little bit more leverage. Otherwise, you can come down and you can always take some pillows underneath your knees or underneath your feet just to get yourself a little bit more elevated. But whatever you do, go ahead and lay yourself on down with feet up and just relax. Give yourself permission to stay here as long as you would like, as long as your body needs you to. If you are ready to move on, you can begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And then if you want to stay here, you may or roll over to your side in a fetal position, in a nice tight ball. Again, this can feel really good, or find your way up to a sitting position. Now I invite you to stay in that Savasana, especially if it's getting close to bedtime. You can certainly rest on down for as long as you would like. However, if you want to move on with your day, if this is just a quick pit stop, a quick rest, absolutely by all means join me in a seated position. And from here, I just like to close on down. I invite you to check out all the description down below. It's got my donation pages, it's got my information for my Instagram so you can stay up to date with everything that I've been posting. Lots of kids, lots of teens, lots of adult stuff, and I'll continue to do that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the foreseeable future. I am considering putting out some more videos throughout there, so take a look at my Instagram for some updates from there. But with that, let's go ahead and take our prayer hands to our forehead. Because today I wish for you kind thoughts to yourself and others. And take your prayer hands to your mouth. Because today I wish for you kind words to yourself and others. And take your prayer hands to your heart. Because today I wish for you kind actions to yourself and others. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Please leave me some comments over on Instagram, some photos, whatever you want, just to show me that you enjoyed the practice. I certainly love celebrating this life with all my little lights. So with that, spread and shine so brightly in this world. Love you all. Bye.